Like many of us, I grew up in a house where my parents were very concerned about my safety, right? They wanted me to be safe, not only now, but in my life. And so I was a little bit of a rambunctious kid and often had ideas and thoughts and things I needed to say. And my dad had a message for me pretty consistently throughout my childhood. And that message was, don't forget who you are, little girl. And the subtext behind that message was, stay small, don't speak, be seen and not heard, do as you're told, stay inside the box, stay safe, and don't forget who you are. Meaning, don't forget where you come from, and don't forget that you're nothing, that you're little, that you're small, and you should stay that way. And that took root in my heart. And I fought it. I saw things I wanted to do that didn't fit in a box. Like when I was 9, I wanted to play baseball. I had a bunch of little friends that were boys, and they were all signing up for baseball in the spring. And I couldn't sign up for baseball because I was a girl. And I begged my mom, please, 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 I want to play baseball. And my mom, being the closet feminist that she was, marched me down to that sign up. And I became the first girl on that little league team in my town, right? And then, as I grew up and grew older and still found myself, engaging in things that were a little bit outside that box, that were a little bit unsafe, and yet at the same time, hearing the messaging, stay small. I was raised Catholic, and when you're in your adolescence in Catholic, you go through the ceremony called confirmation. And you have to take some classes and you have to do some practices and things of that nature. And I went to a school that wasn't in the town where my church was. And one of the days that we were having practice, something happened. I don't remember. I'm sure it was my fault. I'm sure I was doing something that I shouldn't. And I ended up coming in late for this class. And so I came running in the back of the church late, and I see all my friends, and I smile at them ah! And the priest comes marching over and says to me, you think you can charm the whole world with that smile? Well, you can't. And that stuck with me because that wasn't my intention. That smile was happiness. That smile, it might have had a little shame in there, but that smile was connection. And yet he was accusing me of using it as a tool of manipulation. And again, that's another message that stuck with me. So stay small, don't forget who you are, stay inside the box, don't use your smile. And yet, as I ventured into the world and tried to figure out who I was, I knew I had to connect with people. And I knew that my smile and my voice were the way that I did that. And so I became a psychologist. And I decided to work in prison with people who didn't have what I had growing up, to help people see the best that they could be inside of themselves. And I routinely did it by not staying in that box, by not staying safe. I routinely used this smile to forge relationships and help people feel warm and welcome and safe. And sure, I took jobs that had boxes, right? I took jobs that had job descriptions. Hell, I worked in a prison. I worked inside a box, right? I carried that stay safe, stay small, don't forget who you are, little girl message. And yet this year, for the first time ever in my life, I decided to get rid of the box. And I quit my job, and I decided to work for myself. And I decided to forge my own path and make my own way. And so I can tell you with fire in my heart that this little girl has never forgotten who she really is. And this smile will never, ever fade.